The brave, the bold and the baddest college campuses from across India all competed in the fury of the year. They survived round one, endured the beating and the bruises, but will they overcome round two of the college frenzy? This is the moment of truth, the one they all have prepared for. It's a race like no other. The competition gets real, and only the fittest will survive.
Warm welcome to the third episode of this bloody, sweaty and teary story that we've created at the Maruti Suzuki Devil Circuit College Frenzy Season 1.
And tears could soon be right, because we're now in the death zone, the business end of this qualification process. Another 30 points up for grabs for each of the teams, the points they need to make it to the quarterfinals. Remember, we started with 16, we have to reduce that to 8 before we get to the quarterfinals. So with that in mind, let's see how we stand now.
We've had the first qualifying round, and the top teams so far are DyalSingh College, KC College, MCC and Hansraj College. They've all got 30 points, followed by CACPE, Thapar College and SRCC with 20 points each. Then LPU, TMG, Gautam Board, Cotton, Khalsa and Hindu, all managing to get 10 points each. And at the very bottom, we've got Lady Shri Ram, Pune University and Ramjas College with 0 points.
So far in the competition, we have seen a whole lot of ups and downs. And what's in store for them today? All the teams will be facing new contenders and a modified obstacle course.
They can't have made it harder, surely.
Let's head to our star, who is on the course right now, Patrick, getting a pulse of the sentiment in the various camps.
Where is she?
Thank you, Sunanda. Well, all the teams have got their work cut out today. They have had a chance to familiarize themselves with the course, but it is tougher now. And all the groups have been reshuffled. A brutal race, a big cash bounty, and a brand new Maruti Suzuki Swift. That's the college frenzy. But before we begin, let's revisit the rules.
In round 2 of the qualifiers, teams will carry forward their points from round 1 as the 16 teams will be reshuffled into 4 brand new groups. Each group consists of 4 teams with 3 members each. All 4 teams will play the other teams within their group. Each match will have all 3 contestants of Team 1 racing all 3 contestants of Team 2. Each contestant will have access to 1 lifeline. 3 races make 1 match, and the team winning 2 of 3 or all 3 races will be declared the match winners. Each match won wins that team 10 points. The overall point tally at the end of round 2 will determine the team rankings, and only the top 8 teams will make it through to the quarterfinals. In the case of a tie, the team that will go through will be the one with the higher number of match wins or the one with more obstacles completed. The 4 teams with the highest point scores will move through to the semi-finals, and then, and only then, the winners of the semis will face off in our grand finale.
There are 8 obstacles they will have to go through for those precious 10 points. Starting with the ledge walk, where contestants must traverse 6 precarious ledges of ascending height order, moving on to the vertical climb, a devilish twist to the monkey bar. The next obstacle is the slanted wall, where the runners scale up and jump off a 45-degree inclined obstruction to approach the side shuffle. Here contestants limber across a newly widened parallel passage. There's a 6 feet gap between the ground to reach the hanging doors, where contestants climb across 6 doors using every handhold and toehold they possibly can. If they do reach there, the racers face the tougher push your limits obstacle, this time with 2 bumpy 15 feet long pipes using only 2 ring holds to move along. The angle run is next, 2 parallel ramps with 45 degrees incline. The last and final obstacle, the summit, a towering 15 feet high curved wall that the competitors must scale to reach the buzzer. Only the time of the first person to reach the buzzer will count.
So here we go then, a new day, new groups and a new course to contend with.
The teams kicking off round 2 in today's Group A are ST Pune University, DyalSingh College, KC College and Lady Shri College.
And at the start line now, we have our first 2 contenders, KC College against the lovely ladies from LSR.
And kick-starting round 2 are Prerna and Arun. She is a gymnast. She's a bronze medalist in All India Inter-University Athletic Championship. She is a fit girl. She's actually managed to be further on than any other girl who has managed to reach the course. She actually reached push your limits.
She's a wonderful, polite lady, and I'm really rooting for her here. And I tell you what, she's already giving her male opponent, Aaron, plenty to think about. There's not much between them as they come under the vertical climb and start to take on that slanted wall. The slanted wall is one of the oft overlooked obstacles, but don't underestimate how much it takes out of your legs. They go up and over, and then, of course, from the slanted wall, they prepare themselves for the side shuffle.
Well, we saw both these contestants actually fly over the shuffle. Prerna finds it a little difficult to find her feet at the moment because it seems that the length which has been increased seems to be posing a problem for Prerna there.
Well, it would do, wouldn't it? Because obviously she's got that height disadvantage, and we've got one of the teams with a female member that we'll see a little later on. Aaron, though, onto the hanging doors. Let's see if he's getting that transition. Not just from obstacle to obstacle. You go from door to rope, door to rope, door to rope.
Well, Prerna seems to be closing the gap not too badly herself. She is on to the hanging doors, trying to make her transition as smooth as possible and catch up.
So he's made a half aborted attempt there, but of course he didn't lose a life because he went back to the starting point before his feet hit the ground. Oh, he's missed that ring there. That could be absolutely fatal.
4, 3, 2,
well, he'd be well advised here. I think he's expanded far too much energy here. He's going to have to go. Aaron needs to take a trip to the floor and start again because of the 30 seconds of the 180 available to him. And there he does bite the dust, and I think that's his chances of completion gone.
And that Prerna here finding it a bit harder to transition through the sliding doors.
I think that's time up. Yeah, 3 minutes
yes,
expires.
3 minutes.
She's really disappointed, is Prerna, and Aaron is sure as well.
With the first race a washout, the pressure was on for Samiksha and Vikram to give their college an advantage. But it seems Samiksha couldn't handle the pressure as she couldn't get a favourable grip on the vertical climb. As Vikram pushed his limits, Samiksha dropped out. But even with his opponent out of the race, Vikram was running against the clock. And the clock came back to haunt him as he was timed out just before the summit. Disappointing, but still a win for KC. Deepanjali had the odds stacked against her as she took to the field against Shimyu. And it was the same story all over again as Deepanjali struggled with the vertical climb. She lost both her lives while Shimyu raced ahead. The new and improved Push Your Limits caused problems for Shimyu as he lost his first life. While he got through at the second time of asking, he lost the plot at the angle run. KC College take the match without even having to finish the course.
What a fantastic effort by the girls from LSR. Perhaps they will know what it takes to compete on this course better next time. The spirit was absolutely willing to finish this devilish course, but unfortunately the body just couldn't muster up enough to finish the race. And KC College run away with 10 points.
KC maintain their 100% record and go up to 40 points, while Lady Shri are yet to open their account and remain rooted at the bottom.
I tell you something, Sunanda, I think these teams are finally getting the hang of this course, like push your limits, see? Hang. See what I've done there? Yeah?
Quite smart, Patrick. They are indeed getting a hang of things. It's now or absolutely never. Let's see how the West fare. Right now we're heading to a short break, but don't you go anywhere. Lots more action coming up.